All right, folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I am your host, Conrad Cushman. With me today for this NXT Takeover WarGames review. We got my man Derek in the building.
What's up? What's up?
And we got Donnie in the background here.
What's happening, guys?
What a show, huh?
Excellent show.
What a show. We're going to get into everything and talk about it. But before we do, got to do a few things here first, folks. If you like this video, click the thumbs up button on it. Likes help the video in the YouTube algorithm. More people get to see it. And it helps me out. So please click that like button. What's up, B Guns? Brandon Anderson in the chat. Goober316. Goober says powerbomb that like button. Give him a hell yeah. Thank you, Goober. Yeah, come on in, guys. If you're in the chat, come in the live chat, talk. I read comments from there throughout the review. We do a bunch of different things in here. Derek will give his points. Donnie will give his. So we're going to be talking in here. And big shout out to the graphic artwork. Usually Sal Rex does it, but shout out to Sal Rex. We got to give a big shout out to Pro Wrestling Artistry. You guys can see the logo down in the right-hand corner. Give them a follow on Twitter at Pro Wrestling Artistry. They do some really dope things. So if you ever need graphics works done, check them out. They are awesome as well. And shout out to Rob. Rob put the matches up for me with the individuals all along the sides of this one. So we got some good stuff going on here with this. With that being said, though, guys, in the description box, we have a promo code for powerslam.tv. You guys go on your desktop computer, put in the code EPW show. You get 1 month free on me, on the house. Take advantage. And don't forget, we also have the Wrestling Podcast Awards. That is coming up, and it's going to be ending in a couple days for the voting. So if you have not voted yet, get on it. If you have not told your mother, your brother, your sister, your cat, your uncle, your dog, it doesn't matter. Tell someone to vote Everything Pro Wrestling in every single category. I think that's all I got, right?
Yeah.
We got drugs are bad, okay? That's a good point. Don't do drugs, kids. Eric Brennan said, I have not had this much fun in a long time aside from the nice shows of AEW NXT is kicking ass too. I agree with that, Eric. 100%, sir. We've talked enough about this, though. We did enough shilling for the first 2 minutes of this. Let's get into the actual event for this. NXT Takeover WarGames, guys. First, let's get some quick thoughts on what do you think of the WarGames match? What does it mean to you? Donnie, let's start with you. You're an old school fan.
I'm glad. When they brought it back a couple years back, I was so excited. We haven't seen it in, a decade and a half. But man, every year it's been awesome. Like, it never fails to, not impress. Like, I'm always impressed with, who's in the match and crazy things they do, as though there's always chaos, just like the old days. So I'm glad that it's still around.
Yeah, that's a really good thing. What about you, D? What do you think of it?
I liked it. It was definitely.
Did you watch it when WCW used to have him like for Fall Brawl and stuff? Or?
No, I missed it when because around that time, I wasn't really watching wrestling at that time. Like, I was watching it, but I really wasn't. Mm-hmm. So this is my actual first time watching WarGames, like, overall.
So what'd you think?
I liked it. I think it, and you know what? Having two WarGames matches, it brings a huge dynamic. You get absolute chaos, and then you get two regular matches in between, and then another absolute chaos, which is what wrestling needs to be. It needs to be action, keep everybody hyped.
Now, this was the first time they ever did two like that in one match. I think sometimes it's a little bit overboard for this.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about that, Eric. About your comment for that. I'm gonna save that when we get to that because he thinks that's permanent. No, Lara said one word. Holy shit! After tonight, that's 2 words, but we'll allow it.
Yep, I would like to add that another thing I like about this WarGames from back then was there's no roof.
On top, you can't have that anymore, though, with the way people dive.
Yeah, I agree. Like, especially guys doing crazy aerial moves, like, nah. Like, because back then, like, it was...
Yeah. Yeah. See,
you
like
couldn't even do a power bomb that how somebody hitting the roof like
Brian Pillman. When Sid almost broke his neck.
Right.
Vince also never liked War Games because you lose seats by having two rings next to each other. So I understand from a business standpoint why not to do it. Big shout out to Kyron Chase in the chat. Just saw you come up in here. No Lara and Jesus De Leon. What's going on? Let's get into the pre-show match. But before the pre-show actually even started, supposedly Mia Yim was attacked. Mia Yim had on this sweet-ass Bull Nakano dedication like face paint. She gets attacked out of nowhere backstage. Yeah, she had like the blue. Look it up on Twitter and stuff. Like she had this blue kind of like face paint on. I just happened to stumble across it, scrolling through, getting everything set up for the show. And then for the pre-show, we had Isiah Swerve Scott versus Angel Garza. I've been saying this for quite some time. I got people calling me during the review. Hold on here. All right, had to mute that. We're live, pal. That was me.
Oh, okay.
Isiah Swerve Scott versus Angel Garza. So this match started off kind of clunky between the two. Not like it was bad, just timing wasn't perfect. It wasn't there. It wasn't off either, but it was just kind of like, I got you. Okay. All right, we got this. And then they kind of started to click a little bit more throughout. Really good here. I like the spot where they had a reverse springboard. So basically somebody bounced off the ropes, came back into a sit-out powerbomb. Never seen that done before, so kudos to both those guys for that. There were chants of you got swerved after some really dope moves from Swerve Scott. And after that, house call by Swerve Scott for a near fall. I thought it would have been over there, but it wasn't. They end up tangling up with each other as they almost had a referee bump. And what winds up happening after that is an attempted low blow. Swerve goes for a kick. It gets blocked. And Garza hits the wing clipper. I give this a B-. Garza gets the win here.
Yeah. I mean, I agree.
Did you see any of it?
I caught part of it. I agree with you on that. I can't really give my full explanation on it because I only saw part of it, but from what I did see, it was definitely a good match to me.
Live chat, let me know if you're enjoying some of these matches that we're talking about with this. Donnie, what do you think of these two just going forward? I'll just get your general thoughts on it.
From the pre-match?
No, just general thoughts because I don't know if you didn't get to see it, right? Because you were.
I didn't get to see it. I really don't know too much about them. Like I haven't been seeing a lot of them in the ring.
Well, something to look forward to. I'm telling you, Isiah Swerve Scott to me is a big star in the future, and I think Angel Garza is too if you put him in the right spots. We'll have to see what happens with these two going forward. And that was the first time I think we've ever had a pre-show match for NXT, so that's something different. Then we get footage of Mia Yim being put into an ambulance. Captain Rhea Ripley picks Dakota Kai to join her team, and then they had Pat McAfee out there during the pre-show to hype the crowd up. He did all right with it. He tried to do his best throughout. He did what he could. Women's War Games match. We had Team Rhea Ripley to kick off the show. That had Rhea Ripley, Candice LeRae, Tegan Nox, and the newly added Dakota Kai versus Team Shayna Baszler, which had Shayna Baszler, Bianca Belair, Kaylee Ray, and Io Shirai. We start off with Io Shirai, Candice LeRae. I really don't have lots of notes for the War Games matches, guys. I'm not going to lie, because there was so much action. Everything was packed into here. What's going on, Gino Morgan TV? Jonelle Jackson's in here. King, what's going on, guys? Make sure you guys hit that like button. Try to get over 10 real quick. D, what did you think about going into this match? I mean, here, I guess I'll run through it. After Io and Candice started off, they've been having killer matches. Perfect way to start it. We had Bianca Belair join in. She gets into the ring, and then Captain Rhea Ripley joins in, and a Tower of Doom then leads into Belair hitting a 450. She smashed her face on a chair, it looked like.
Yeah.
Absolutely brutal at one point in this match. Donnie, you missed most of this match, so we're gonna fill you in on a lot.
It, man.
Yeah, you came in. Well, you saw the highlights.
Yeah.
Dakota Kai comes out next, and when it's her turn to come out, Dakota Kai, the door opens. You know they have all the cages set up for the teams to come out. Dakota Kai runs back in and beats the hell out of Tegan Nox.
Oh my god!
She gives her a big boot, and then destroys her knee braces, beats her up. Regal comes out to try to stop Dakota Kai at one point, and she punched Regal. Like, she was like, get off of me. And she ends up pulling Tegan Nox's knee through the cage door, slamming the door on it, or through the bar, slamming the door on her knee. She was absolutely vicious in this. I like this going forward with what they're going to do with Dakota Kai. She needed an edge to her.
Yes.
She always seemed like the bullied kid who couldn't do anything.
Yep.
And now she's got this edge to her. Donnie, what do you think of that?
Pretty wild.
Good shit, man. I can't be mad at any of this.
That's all you can really say about it. You know, it's wild for her.
Dakota Kai ends up getting taken out of this match. Like, that was like a DQ. Tegan Nox is out of the match. So now they're in the ring and it's stuck 4-on-2. Shayna Baszler comes out and she throws in a bunch of garbage cans and different things, and there's handcuffs inside the garbage cans. So immediately they try to cuff the captain, Rhea Ripley, but they couldn't get it because she's fighting back throughout. But she has one set of handcuffs on her. The match keeps going crazy. Candice LeRae hit a poison Rana off the top rope. Someone called me during this and I was speechless, and they were like, dude, are you all right? Something going on? I'm like, yeah, I'm watching this match and I just saw someone hit a reverse Frankensteiner off the top rope in a cage match. Yeah, Candice LeRae is nice, bro.
Yeah, that was definitely nice right off the top turnbuckle and everything. Like, ugh.
A lot of people are liking the Dakota Kai stuff here. So after that, Baszler comes in the ring and she locks Rhea Ripley in the Karafuda clutch. You forget about the handcuffs after a while. This is just 4-on-2 ass whooping beat down. But these two are fighting back as much as they can. Karafuda clutch gets locked in, and while it's locked in on her, she ends up getting her hand. You could probably explain it best.
Yeah. So if you didn't see it, so Shayna Baszler had Rhea Ripley in the Karafuda clutch, right? So Rhea Ripley goes to bend the hand back so she can get free. She gets free just enough, but also not enough for Shayna Baszler to reverse the Karafuda clutch and go on the left side. So once she did that, then she basically took
Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley took Shayna Baszler's hand down again, and then handcuffed her hand
to change the momentum if she needed it. Donnie, you rat bastard. If I catch you on my lawn again, it'll be your head. Apparently, Donnie was on someone's lawn, and your ass is grass. So they end up being bonded together. The team captains are locked up, and Shayna Baszler is shocked by this. So it's an amazing development. So she goes for a kick on Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley ducks, and then she puts her into a power slam position, and there were chairs all set up. Right. She goes through all of the chairs. Pinfall, 1, 2, 3. Team Rhea Ripley, 4-on-2. Get the win here. I got to give this a grade of an A, boys. I definitely, though, thought that losing 4-on-2 definitely made you look like chumps, but she outsmarted her kind of with the handcuffs, and it was like perfect timing to get it because they were separated in the ring.
Yeah, definitely. She definitely set herself up for failure and set the whole team up for failure, because you did something that you thought was going to work in your favor, and it clearly didn't.
Yeah, I definitely got to go back and watch that.
Oh man, I'm telling you, Donnie, man, that match was and just to let y'all know, I called that, but
you called what?
We'll get
you
back. You
called what? You definitely.
No, I definitely said the women's match was definitely going to be better.
You did not.
Yeah,
you did not say that.
No, I'm just.
It's on proof. I got audio evidence. He did not say that.
No, I definitely did say that. I thought it was going to be good, but I didn't think it was going to live up to what the men were.
I think it was in great level. That's why I gave it an A.
No, it was definitely it exceeded my expectations than what I thought it was going to be, because I've never seen women pull off a match like that.
Yeah, dude, but they've never been in that type of match. I thought they did a great job.
That's why I felt like it was going to perform like the way, but I didn't think it was going to perform the way it did. So I thoroughly enjoyed that.
King said this is a great pay-per-view, and I like the theme, and I'm a Denzel Curry fan. Check him out as a rapper. I will definitely do that, King, because I'm not familiar with any of his work. EO doing a moonsault off the cage too. Let me give props to EO because I forgot to bring that up. That's how crazy this match was. So many good spots. EO did a moonsault off the top of the cage. Nice.
Better than Charlotte Flair.
Not going to disagree. So we move on to the next match. in between, Imperium is shown in the crowd. They kind of get their little spot in with Walter and the boys. We get to the triple threat match. Winner will face Adam Cole at Survivor Series for the #1 contendership. Damian Priest, Pete Dunne versus Killian Dain. Match I predicted that would be on the show. Makes sense, though. Tough spot for these guys after that great War Games match.
Yeah.
Felt like they were in the die-down spot. This was a typical match, though, for these three. Solid work, in my opinion. The finish basically came. There were lots of kicks, lots of Pete Dunne stuff, the snapping of the fingers, submission holds, lots of hard punches, hard-hitting kicks, everything that you would imagine in this match. Finish comes for where he goes for the one-winged angel. I forgot what he calls it. Something with the plantation. I don't like saying that shit. Killian Dain has him up. He's going for the one-winged angel on him. Pete Dunne slips out, puts him in a sleeper hold. Killian Dain ain't going for it. While Priest is laying there, he does a senton with Pete Dunne on his back onto him. But then Pete Dunne kicks his ass right out the ring and steals the pin. 1, 2, 3. Pete Dunne will be facing Adam Cole on Survivor Series tomorrow. That match better not be on the pre-show, WWE. I'm not playing with you with this bullshit.
Yeah.
I gave it a grade of a B. We were all kind of like indecisive about it. I mean, what do you think, D?
Getting a C+ from me.
Damn, bro, that's rough.
Only because, like you said, it's in the die down.
King said great triple threat.
Can't agree.
Yo, they're in a bad spot though. Like you can't come off a high and then stay on high.
That's the issue.
I feel like that's what you were expecting though. You can't expect that.
No, I wasn't expecting that. I was actually expecting a great match because I like Pete Dunne.
I thought they delivered though for what it was.
It was decent.
What do you think, Donnie? Get in this.
I thought it was awesome. I'm gonna agree with CJ. What'd you say, a B?
Yeah, I gave it a B.
Yeah. I mean, bruiserweight, man.
Derek's hating, in my opinion, on this one. I thought it was a B. It was solid work. I'm not saying it was great. It was really good.
It was poor planning as to where they were putting it.
But someone had to be in that spot. There was only 2 matches that could have went there.
I know, but
I thought it was good.
The best thing that happened to me was when
Damian Priest.
King said it was a die-down match. I agree.
Yeah,
it was just in a spot where it was like, damn, sorry you got stuck here.
Yeah, like the best thing that happened in that match to me was when Damian Priest. I forget what move he did, but he was on his knees next to Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne went to go grab his hand to break his fingers, and he was like...
I thought you were talking about when he jumped out of the ring onto Killian Dain.
Yeah, that was nice too.
Killian Dain had a nice spot too on the outside. While we're talking about it's a C, he did have a nice spot where he flipped over on the rail, and the guardrail just straight up flipped over.
Yeah.
We're done. We're done. We gave our grades. It's what it is. Solid match from Goober. He said solid. We find out, too, that NXT TakeOver Portland is happening February 16th. I hope I got the date right because I kind of looked away when it happened.
I think it is February 16th.
February 16th. So, Portland, you're getting your first NXT. I want to see what that crowd's going to be like. Hopefully, they're live. And hopefully, my man Casey Briggs, who lives out in Oregon, can go there. Check that show out. Let's get into the next match, guys. Matt Riddle versus Finn Balor. Donnie, I thought this was a solid match, man.
Yeah.
Really not a lot to say, though. Like, this felt the same as the Pete Dunne. Like, you're kind of just like, whoo, we got to chill out right now for a minute here. Matt Riddle, Finn Balor, solid match. We saw some bro to sleeps. Finn Balor injured his foot throughout, and that was kind of a good way so that he couldn't do the coup de grace, but he could do jumps onto his chest, everything else. Balor even escaped the bro mission, but Finn Balor hits the 1916, aka the Bloody Sunday, can't probably call it that, for the 1, 2, 3. Or no, the Bloody Sunday is the reverse way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so whatever. The 1916 was hit. 1, 2, 3. I thought this was a B as well. I thought it was a solid match. Not great, but it was solid.
I liked it better.
Okay, why?
I guess what it is with the triple threat. You had Killian Dain, Pete Dunne, and Damian Priest. Those three, besides Finn Balor and what's his name?
Who? Damian Priest, Killian Dain, Pete Dunne?
Finn Balor,
Matt Riddle.
So, I think the triple threat had a slower pace to it. So you had 3 slower guys when I'm like for me, I was coming off that high, so I'm like, still kind of up there.
I think the gimmick match basically took you out of the regular matches.
Yeah.
I'll go for that one. Donnie, you thought this was great? What'd you think?
Great match. I love this Finn Balor. Is the Finn Balor we should have had all these years.
Definitely.
Ever since he left NXT the first time.
Definitely. He had more. He's got more edge to him.
To me, it feels like Finn Balor in his Bullet Club days when he was the Bullet Club leader in New Japan.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
He's doing more of this, which is letting y'all know, like, this is the better me, you know what I mean? Like,
and we here at Everything Pro Wrestling don't promote gun violence.
No,
Be safe. Be safe.
None whatsoever.
Botch-a-mania. His phone just fell. So King said February 16th is the correct date. Thank you. There is no NXT Takeover this Royal Rumble weekend. That's all right. Connor said, what's up, fellas? What's going on, Connor?
What's up, Connor?
Nighthawk is in here. The 2 non-WarGame matches were pretty good as they could be. I agree, Hawk, that they're in bad spots. They were tough to live up to with the other stuff. Goober yells, bro. And I still call it the Bloody Sunday, King says. So main event time, guys. There's only 4 matches on this card. Only 4, but let's get into it. Team Undisputed Era versus Team Ciampa. Ciampa's team had Keith Lee, Dominik Dijakovic, and a mystery partner, which we will get into. Undisputed Era had Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong. We start off this match with Roderick Strong for the Undisputed Era and Tommaso Ciampa. And they really had a good match. If you got me and Donnie basically talked about Ring of Honor and how great they used to be until they pulled this crap that they did recently. I haven't even gotten into it. I don't want to right now. I'm disgusted with them. But you thought that this was some good stuff, right? We saw a lot. We were just talking about a lot of spots that these guys used to be in and teams they were once in.
Yep.
So if you haven't done your Ring of Honor history, check it out. Roddy, Tommaso, I thought they started off pretty well in this.
They did. You know, they were going back and forth, trying to show pure dominance.
This was more wrestling with the guys to start off with. Like, they wrestled a lot, power bombs, throwing into the cage, tried to make it brutal.
Yo, and Tommaso looked great in the ring. You know, coming back from his injury. Like,
Dude, honestly, like, all jokes aside, like, looking at Ciampa before he had the injury, up to now, like, back then, he was looking like he was like a flat out old man.
No, I think Tommaso always has been in really good shape. I just think that Tommaso has this look about him. He reminds me of Robert England.
No. I mean, like, it's like, wait.
No, that's not as bad, but he does look like him.
He does. But the thing about it, like, with for me, it was like Ciampa was like super, super skinny. And then, you know, like, honestly, we all know, like, after someone has an injury, you put on weight, then you start working out. I like how he looks now. Great, taking out the injury and everything. Like, he got himself stronger.
Up more when he came out.
Yeah, he was definitely he was Diesel when he came out. Who was out next? Kyle O'Reilly comes out. Then we get Dominik Dijakovic coming out. Bobby Fish comes out. Keith Lee comes out. Pure dominance. Keith Lee looked really good when he had like the comeback spot when he came in. Dude, he jumped over 2 people and then ducked under them. He jumped over, ducked under, and then did the crossbody splash on the tag team champs of NXT.
Mind you, he did a split when he jumped over.
The boy is big.
Yes.
He is not messing around, and he ain't missing no meals. Keith Lee is a bad dude. Really good stuff from him, though. So Adam Cole comes out next. Adam Cole brings in plunder. If Adam Cole set up another table or threw in another table, we were going to lose it. He set up one on the floor. He ended up getting knocked through that bad boy by Tommaso Ciampa, but he put a bunch of tables in the ring.
Yeah, I think it was like a total of 5.
Yeah, like 5 tables.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute. It might have been 6.
But 5 in the ring.
5 in the ring and then 1 on the floor.
Yeah. Because... Yeah, because everybody ended up going through tables. You knew that was coming, though. Oh, yeah.
So, in this, we're waiting to figure out who the mystery partner is going to be. There's a long pause. WWE knows how to make it dramatic. And who comes out but who the chat revealed earlier? Kevin Owens, perfect person to come out. I was hoping for maybe a Velveteen Dream, John Morrison surprise, but Kevin Owens did just right. He came out in his old NXT gear, and there was something different about Kevin Owens in the air. Donnie mentioned creative freedom with him.
Yep.
It just felt different. He could say what he
it's
wanted.
It's the same thing with Finn Balor. Ever since he came back to NXT, the guy we used to know on NXT is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because when you look at it, like, Vince has total control over what happens
on Raw and
SmackDown. Triple H has control over what happens in NXT. What was making NXT what it was is that the fact that Triple H was letting NXT wrestlers be who they wanted to be. So this is why I feel NXT is the better of the brand as far as performance goes.
Check out our AEW reviews every single Wednesday on the channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Almost at 1K too. But yeah, that's one of the beauty things with NXT. But we'll talk about it afterwards. We'll get into it. Let's finish what happens in this. Kevin Owens comes out. Kevin Owens is a bad MFer in this. Adam Cole's getting hit with stunners like falling over to the side. We had pop-up power bombs. Goober said when KO came out, I thought of him him sitting in his car eating pizza from earlier this year. Yo, so true. And King said, I thought it was going to be Nakamura. That would have been different. Nakamura, because he's going to be fighting Roddy, and I think that match could steal the show, or the tag team match with all the 3 tag champs in it.
I think the tag team match will steal.
We'll see. But there's going to be some show stealing tomorrow, and I really hope everybody comes in ready to knuckle up and put on a good show. In this match, I saw a Canadian Destroyer hit on that middle panel in between where the ropes were.
Where Kevin Owens just kept teasing me about he was going to do a package pile driver. I mean, I just want one. Just one.
That's all.
It's never happening, bro. They're not going to let him do that. Last person who got it was El Generico. That's it. And hopefully the Canadian Luchador is doing all right running his orphanages. So... The package pile driver gets reversed into a Panama Sunrise. Basically, the Destroyer, he flips over, spikes him on his head. Kevin Owens is out like a light. He's done. They get in, they try to battle here, and let's just go to the ending, guys, basically. Tables are set up throughout. Derek can see all the spots coming. Derek actually called like 2 or 3 of them that were going to happen. Roderick Strong ends up getting chokeslammed by Dijakovic through one table that was kind of set up like this. Yep. We have 2 tables set up on one side where Adam Cole is scaling up and Tommaso Ciampa's following him because he ain't letting him get out of this. Then Dijakovic goes to help with Kyle O'Reilly, but Kyle O'Reilly locks in a type of triangle choke, and he's elbowing him in the head, but he lays him on the table. Here comes Kevin Owens, frog splash through the table. Those 3 are out. And then Keith Lee power bombs the shit out of Bobby Fish through a table.
Spirit bomb.
And then you're probably wondering, well, how does this match end? Connor said it best in the chat. Go ahead, D. You can read what Connor said right here. Just read that.
Oh. We witnessed a murder on live TV.
The man was up top. And at first I'm like, yo, they got to do something to where Undisputed Era wins. They're 1-1 in this match. If this is their match, they need to win this. And then as soon as I saw Adam Cole was up there and Tommaso Ciampa put him on his back, similar to how Sheamus does, hooks his head, has his legs just like this, and he looks back, I said, oh, game over. The Undisputed Era lost. He falls back. Dude, this table exploded.
Oh, my God.
It looked like one of the wrestling video games you used to play. The tables would just explode. Like, dude, there is no way that ends like that.
No. Yeah, that was a great ending to a great match.
Perfect ending.
What's good, Dio? Haven't seen you in here in a minute, Dio. Good to have you in here, brother. Yes. Afterwards, he lands right on top of him. Tommaso is right there. Crazy for someone who came off of injury to do something like that. Adam Cole is just as crazy and giving for doing that spot. Donnie, what was going through your head when you saw that?
I was just shocked. Like, it's like you said, like, you know, he's just come back from injury and he pulls a stunt like that. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
What more could you say?
He went through 2 tables like Connor brought up. Absolutely perfect. I thought it was hit with perfection after I went back and watched it a couple times.
Yeah.
Moro yelled "Holy bleep!"
Holy bleep!
Literally said "Holy bleep!"
And someone also was shown for like a second.
I have it. Britt Baker was shown after the 3 count.
Baker.
Dr. Britt Baker looked terrified.
Oh my God, she
Hey,
Britt. Hey, Britt. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, they showed her for that reason.
Oh yeah,
terrible. Britt Baker looked terrified though. I mean, Adam Cole just went through hell. I give this match a grade of an A. There's nothing more that needs to be said. Here's my rule with these gimmick matches too. It's hard to have a bad Royal Rumble, hard to have a bad Money in the Bank. Like if you have a bad one, you're going out of your way. It should at least be good every time. Yeah. You have a gimmick there that can help you out.
There's when you have matches like that, there is no room for error. I guess I can say, because it's set up to succeed. So if you go out of your way,
somebody wrote "Good God Almighty" in the chat.
Like if you go out of your way to try and make this a bad match, like you really deserve to be fired.
I think this was an A match. They did really good. I just think sometimes WWE overthinks it, trying to surprise you and do too much. Kind of like with Brock winning this year. I didn't like that Money in the Bank ending. But here, this is about NXT. Screw main roster stuff right now. This is NXT's time. A for this match. Do you guys agree with that?
I agree.
All right. Live chat, I'm looking for your overall grade or a thumbs up, thumbs down on this show. Tell me what you guys thought, live chat. I'm going to give you a second to do that. And I'm going to say this. This is going to be sponsored by Josh Robinson. After you guys are done and we end this video, please do me a favor. Type in Josh Robinson 00. Go over and check out his channel at least. Leave him a like. Help him out in some way, shape, or form. He is actually trying to earn some money. He's going to donate all of it to the fires that have been going on in Australia. They've been having a lot of those forest fires. So after this, I will be in there. And shout out to my good friend Foul Original as well. Sean Harrington, what is going on? No notification again, but thank you for knowing that. I don't know, Sean. Maybe if you try to unsubscribe, then subscribe right back. Chris DeZuba said, hey, what's going on, Chris? Chris, make sure you hit that subscribe button, brother. First time seeing you in here. Good to see you, though. A, hands down. A- show. Sean Harrington, I agree with you. I gave it an A- for me as well. Hawk says thumbs up. Connor said A+. So we got 2 A+. I saw an A, an A-. NXT is the freaking show. Main roster can suck it, No Lara said.
I agree.
YouTube, don't flag me. I gotta watch myself. Once I get to 1K, like Derek's definitely not gonna be on the show anymore. You guys know that. We gotta censor that. But what do you guys think? Great.
A-.
A.
Were you almost leaning toward B plus?
A.
Okay, he's going with an A.
I'm going with an A-. Oh, we all know why.
All right, let's have a quick, solid NXT talk before we get ready to get out of here. This is going to be one of the shorter reviews. We will be back tomorrow night for a Survivor Series review, so make sure you guys join us as well for that. NXT, they've been doing these Wednesday nights. They finally defeated AEW this Wednesday. Going forward, does NXT need to incorporate more main roster to continue to defeat AEW, or was this a throw it all at the wall, we need this win? Like, in my opinion, with what they did, NXT should have beat AEW. I didn't know that we were going to get that many different people on there. AJ, you had the OC, you had everybody on the show. Mm-hmm. Lots of matches mixed up. Jesus said it was a great takeover, and he seems to be in line with us. Sean Harrington said would have been an A+, but I honestly dislike the finish to the women's war games. Ooh. Preferred Kai's turn mattering more. Okay. All right.
That makes sense. I get it.
All right. So what do you guys think, though, about what we were just saying?
Yeah, go ahead, Dunne.
Do they need more main roster inclusion, or does NXT go back to being what it's been?
Go back to what it's been. Because
here's how I feel. Since they've went head-to-head with AEW, I feel like this isn't the same NXT. And I get it. It's 2 hours now, everything else. But this NXT feels different.
Well, yeah.
And you kind of have to be different, but they won with the main roster. Maybe a formula clicks in Vince's head. Maybe he wants to end AEW early, and he's like, yo, listen, if I keep sending people down there, it'll work. Do you think that continues to work, or is it something that's like, nah, that ain't going to fly?
I don't think it's gonna fly.
I don't think it's gonna work because you finally beat AEW, and that's because you set the main roster down. After Survivor Series, how often are you gonna keep sending people down to boost up your other show to compete?
Because to me, they promoted Survivor Series more than Takeover, and they forgot about Takeover, and I was a little hurt by that. Like, this was the worst built-up show I felt that NXT's ever had.
Yeah. Yes.
But we know here's the thing. When you do great things, you get buy-in. The people who are in this chat every week for this YouTube, and I love every single one of you, you guys come in because you have bought into what Everything Pro Wrestling is, and you guys believe in what the product is. Whether it's me you like, Derek, Donnie, Robert, Cam, whoever is on the show, you have bought into what the product is and what we are putting together here. And for that, I thank you. And we hope that more people will eventually see it and then they buy in as well. And that's the same thing with NXT. NXT has the buy-in. You put on enough great shows. I just gave this an A-. I will be back because you've never disappointed me, NXT. I don't think I've ever given a show anything lower than maybe a B. And that's at worst.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like...
Look,
you know what
hold on. Let me just run through some comments real quick because King just says Survivor Series is going to be long as shit. Sean Harrington says NXT needs to be itself. Jesus says go back to being NXT. No Lara says Britt Baker, God help her. For Jesus, Adam Cole, you better be alive. King says NXT stay, no main roster talent. Don't need to do that wild card shit. Please, God, don't do that. NXT Wednesday was more of an NXT reunion show. And Sean, I'm going to say this too. This is a wild point I'm going to bring up. I think NXT has the better matches. As you want to watch a pure wrestling match that's going to be good, great. Watch NXT. But I think AEW has the better show every week still.
Yeah.
How else do I want to put this? AEW's have mainly really good shows. I think AEW's TV shows have been better than some of the pay-per-views sometimes when we come out of it, how we feel.
Yeah.
But NXT talent, I brought this up with you earlier, they get to practice their matches more. They're in a performance center every week, while AEW talent's hitting the road to go make some money doing an independent show, a signing, something.
Right. Yeah.
They're not working together as much. Let me see here. I don't want Brock or Roman on NXT. Sean Harrington says, but the Survivor Series actually hurt the build for TakeOver, and it really was the worst TakeOver build. I agree, Sean. Main roster will ruin NXT if continuously done. Chris DeZuba, good point, my man. Goober says, love you too, man. Throwing up the 2 sweets. Got you, bro. Sean Harrington says, Triple Threat literally got 45 seconds of build on Wednesday. Facts. Hawk, what's going on, Hawk? Fellow XGW member. Survivor Series this year is about making NXT look strong since they are the ones. That is very wise to do. This is what we brought up on the preview. Donnie brought this up specifically, how NXT needs to look strong so that way they can beat AEW instead of let's pound them and make them look weak. That doesn't help Raw. That doesn't really help SmackDown. You guys got bigger fish to fry besides that at this point.
Yeah.
The way you said that, terrible. Good point, Hawk. NXT only has a better women's division. I think AEW's got the best tag. NXT's probably got the best women's. Only Impact, I think, can compete with it at this point. Honestly. Chris says AEW is like TNA 4 years ago. It stinks. Ooh. I disagree with that, Chris. I think AEW is an excellent show. If you really watch it and you check it out, it's not all just flips and stuff. You got stuff from Cody that's different. You got stuff from people that's different.
Yeah.
This was an excellent show, though. Can Survivor Series defeat NXT? Can it be a better show than NXT?
I don't think so.
No? What do you think, Donnie?
What?
Holy shit. Pay attention. Can Survivor Series be a better show than NXT TakeOver?
Honestly, I don't know because I'm kind of excited for this Survivor Series, surprisingly. I haven't been excited for a WWE main brand pay-per-view in a long time, but I think because the way it's booked, I'm really excited. I'm like, yo, this could probably be a lot better than WarGames, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I'm gonna go with
Ooh, everyone's saying no in the chat. And Sean Harrington says SmackDown Live is going to win this year. Fox put more money into the WWE. They aren't going to want to have their show look bad against USA, especially after SmackDown was jobbed out last year.
Wow.
Big facts, though. They were. They were. It's going to be interesting, guys. So if you want to get a review for Survivor Series, make sure you join us. This is it for Everything Pro Wrestling. Like I said, check out Josh Robinson 00 on YouTube. Go over to his channel. Tell him Everything Pro Wrestling sent you. He will greatly appreciate that. Even if it's a like, a view. He's raising money for Australia. Help the brother out, man. He's doing it for a good cause, and he's a good person. We used to work together on Brainbuster Radio, and we still talk, retweet each other, appear on each other's podcasts, and everything else. With that being said, this is Donnie representing Everything Pro Wrestling. Dope shirt by Rob here. Make sure you guys pick one up. Link in the description box below for the link tree. D, and for myself, Conrad Cushman, we're going to throw up the 2 sweets for Finn Balor, and we're out. Peace.